What's up, people? Welcome back to another last recollection guide. This time I'm gonna go over the most useful armors in LR. So yeah, there's honestly not many, but I might as well go over them anyway. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, starting off with Armor of the Depths. So yeah, this armor is dropped from one of the hunting quests. If you want to know where it's at, it will guide you to it. If you just go to the hunting quest tab, and then you'll find it, or you can see it from the map. It will tell you what they drop. Majority of these items, just really decent strength, high vitality, and really high dex. If you need that early on in the game, you can get that. Prepare you for the raid. I mean, or Divine Beast, either one, it's fine. Raid and Divine Beast, no differences. Up next, I got the Flame Dragon's armor. Now this one has really high strength, decent vitality, and high agility. This is a good DPS armor. From another hunting quest you can get, it's not too terrible to really farm it. So you'll get that and then prepare yourself for the hunt. I mean, not hunt, for Divine Beast and the raid. So it should be enough to beat the raid, because that's what I use when I make those guys earlier, before you can get those armors from the raids. And that's about it. Up next, I got the Quiet Depth armor. Now this armor is very good if you can get the passive on it. It's grants buff duration plus 10%, just like the accessory, so it's always really good to put in a custom for extra buff duration. Now this armor can only get from the merchant. That's in the first map where the Eastern Mountain, like on top of the well, I already got a video guide how to farm merchant. Look that up and you will find how to farm this armor. It sucks because you have to sit there to wait for like an hour, and when almost an hour you have to save the game, and then when the merchant refresh, if you don't get it, you just reload it back, and you have to just do that constantly in order to get this armor for the buff duration. But that's about it. That's how you farm it. Just get some copies for your AIs yourself, and then you're good to go. Let's move on to the next one. Up next, I got the Seever World garment. Now this armor is very good, especially for arena, for rapier, for whatever. I mean, I use it pretty much for like, I can use it pretty much for every single weapon when I have high enough dex. When your level is high enough, you don't need to worry about dex no more. Then this armor is really good because the passive SP costs -10, and 1% chance SP costs -100%. That 1% chance will almost never trigger, but it does trigger once a while. That's like, yeah, very low. But the -10%, the -10 is what you really want, especially for some of the soul skill for arena. You don't get to spam 4/4 without actually have this armor on. So. And sometimes you're lucky enough, like I say, you trigger that -100% is very satisfying. But other than that, you want to just get as high strength and agility as possible, because this is a DPS armor for rapier. So you definitely want that strength and agility for the alt. Other than that, not like anything specific you need to look for any stats wise. But if it's not for rapier, for other weapons, don't care, just use the passive. That's the main goal. But for rapier, DPS, the stats matters. So that's pretty much it. Let's move on to the next one. Moving on to the final armor, True Dual Champs shirt. This is the best armor in the entire game. There's no question about it. It's only dropped from level 70 Ishkan, so you cannot get it from anywhere else. It's in the arena. And you definitely want the passive, which is really good. The allies gauge regen +4. That's more important than anything else up there. But SP regen +5, take it. You know, the HP regen, take it. I mean, it's really good if you can get the passive. So, and then the combat skill Proved Conquest, one of the best buff in the entire game. Debuff enhancement +1, and buff, you know, the positive buff like enhance +1. So you definitely want that, and there's no question about it, like, because pretty much all of the, you know, DPS build, like, you pretty much want this buff at all. So like, if you want to go for the high-end end game, yep, that's what you have to get. Ishkan is not an easy opponent to fight, let alone to farm this armor, because they have a not fixed They have not fixed the galvanized glitch or the morale boost. You cannot get the SP back when you use that buff, which is BS. They haven't fixed it for the final update, so it's pretty much permanent broke for the third time when you use it. So you will not get SP back. So the 2 down kill version it still work, but you're gonna have to skip the back-to-back killing, and you just have to do buff and run away and just wait for buff. And then for the 4th time, then it won't buff. For whatever reason, the 3rd time it will bug out, but everything else is just fine. That's why the Ishkan method, it will be easier to do 1 down kill method if it's possible. I mean, 1 plus, it's still the same thing, similar thing, but nonetheless, Ishkan is not an easy opponent if you can't fight it. If you really want the armor, put a bunch of agility on, like I already shown from early on the gameplay. Rapier, or the one-handed sword with a bunch of agility, he won't hit you. You can just sit there and just kill it, and that's about it. And you really want the double passive, but if you don't care about this passive and you don't do anything crazy in the game, just get the buff. That's about it. That's what it really matters, especially for your AIs. You can live without the passive, but it would be really nice to get the double. But it's really hard to get both, like, nonetheless. I mean, I farmed it like almost 100 plus times, so that's just enough to get like maybe 5 copies. And so it's not necessarily like really high, no matter what difficulty you play on. I get the most from easy and well, not easy, story in this game. Well, I might as well call it easy. Story and normal, more than I got the double passive on hard difficulty. So even though they say the hard difficulty you get higher stats and stuff, true, not always. True, it is, you do get a little bit higher stats, but the maximum strength is 185. So if you can get that, it'll be really nice. The agility is like 90 plus, 90 something, but I don't remember. But you really want to look for the strength if it's possible, but to look for a god roll, it's pretty much what I have to equip. So besides just missing 2 strength, but you have to be really lucky to get the passives and the combat and the stats, because this is your main DPS armor for pretty much everything, and the skills too. So that's pretty much it for the armors. Alright people, that's about it. There is not a whole lot of armors in this game that's really useful. There might be some from the DLC and from the raid, but I'm not going to include it because I don't even use them, so it don't really matter. I mean, these armors are already good as it is. It's really hard to beat these armors. It's not like AL, we can just keep getting a better version of steel riding armors, but in this game we ain't got no, upscale version of it. So nonetheless, that's pretty much it for the armor. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up for the final video coming up, and hope you guys enjoy it. Until next time.